Welcome back to our Ask the Expert series with Early Learning Indiana. My name is Katie Mann, and I'm from Indy with Kids. Indy with Kids is Indiana's #1 family resource for families looking for things to do. And we love to connect you guys, our viewers, and our readers to other resources that are important in your parenting journey. So we have teamed up with Early Learning Indiana, and Maureen Weber, you are here, the CEO and president of Early Learning Indiana. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys do?
Sure. So good to be with you again. Early Learning Indiana is an organization that has been around for more than 120 years that provides early care and education services to children from about 6 weeks old to 6 years old. And then we also work with providers and community stakeholders all around the state to improve the quality, access, and affordability of early care.
Well, we're so glad to have you here. And I know that you guys being the expert on everything early learning, you personally recently gave a state of early learning address where you covered lots of different topics. Can you share with our viewers just some of the important takeaways from your state of early learning address?
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the best times to be in early learning because through the American Rescue Plan and other federal programs, there are very significant dollars in early care and education right now in Indiana. So I think our challenge is to figure out how do we make the most of this opportunity. And one of the things I shared through that talk was some action happening at the Indiana State House, where we have the governor including early education on his next level agenda, and the Indiana House and Senate really taking up the issue through House Bill 1093, which is really focused on strengthening the core of our early care and education sector. So I think those are all really good signs, and we were happy to talk about them. On the more challenging front, and for those of you who are parents of young children, you've probably seen this within your own child care provider. It's a really difficult time to attract an early learning workforce. And so I think our ongoing challenge is to make sure that we have the right adults in the building to provide the best care possible.
Maureen, during your address, you mentioned an opportunity to rethink the fundamentals using the increased federal funds. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, great question. I think we have the chance to really take advantage of this moment to think about what should quality look like in early care and education, and how do we make sure that wherever families go, in any part of the state, they can be assured of a consistent, high quality experience. And so, I think having more dollars available allows us as providers to think about some of our own practices and make sure that we're providing the professional development necessary to ensure that every adult in the classroom is well trained.
The Closing the Gap report is something that your team has been busy with over the past year. Can you explain a little more about this tool and share a little bit more about the scores around Indiana?
I sure can. Yeah. So in 2021, we took a look at the true state of access all across Indiana. And we looked at four factors that we know matter to families. First of all, are there seats available? Are there places to enroll their children? Second of all, what's the quality level of those seats? Third, are they affordable for families in an area? And we know that's a challenge in lots of Hoosier communities. And then lastly, we asked ourselves whether there was a good variety of choice. Could parents pick a family child care home or a child care center, a registered ministry, whatever might fit their family the best? And so we rolled all those things together and created what we called our Early Learning Access Index score. And what we found is that across the state, we're doing kind of middle of the road. So we've got a score of just over 60 on a scale of 1 to 100. And so we have made great progress in the last couple of years, but have lots more work ahead as well. One last thing I'll just add, we have made some grant funding available to communities to try to address their access challenges that they have. And so we're glad to continue to work with local stakeholders all across the state to make sure that they are meeting the needs of local families.
What can parents and community members do to help improve quality and access to high quality early care?
For families, one of the most important things that they can do, and you and I have talked about this before, is really to make sure that they are informed. There are resources available online, like Brighter Futures Indiana, that will help them know what a good, high quality early care setting looks like. And we have launching here in the next couple of months what we're calling our early learning marketplace, which is going to be an online market for childcare services where families can go in real time see where providers have openings. So we're really excited to bring that innovation to families. For communities and other stakeholders, we know that they can put their money where their mouth is. And this is especially true of employers as well, who are really, in some ways, on the front lines of the lack of childcare in certain communities because they're having trouble attracting a workforce. And so we're glad to work with employers to help them think through the opportunities that they have to support their families with young children.
All right, Maureen, I know that our readers will have lots of questions for you, and we're going to encourage you guys, if you're watching this live, to drop them in the comments, and we'll have someone from Early Learning Indiana answer for you. And if you're watching this if you're watching this recording after the fact, then we can definitely get back to you. But you can also find more information through Early Learning Indiana's social media and on their website. But we do have some questions that we had submitted early for you. And one of them is, Maureen, what is the biggest benefit to working in the early care and education industry?
Yeah, great question. I get to talk with my team members about this all the time. And what they say to me over and over again is it's the opportunity to transform young lives in the time when it matters the most. And so, the chance to spend your days doing the kinds of things probably many of us would like to do, playing outside and, really helping to form the curiosity and persistence and all of those important foundational skills that happen before a child ever reaches the age of 5 years old. So I would love to say that people love most to work with me, but I know that in fact it's about working side by side with young children.
Very good. I love that answer. So, what can people do who are watching and in the community? What can they do to support HB 1093 and other important proposals?
I think it's important to let the folks in your life know that you really value high quality early care and education. So whether that's talking to your HR department at your employer to let them know what an important benefit that early care is to you, or talking to your legislators or other policymakers so that they understand just how much you value high quality early care.
Well, thank you. And I know as a parent, I value it. And I'm sure that all of our viewers watching who have children in their lives value high quality early care. Thank you guys so much for all the tools and resources that you work endlessly and tirelessly to put together for us.
Well, thanks so much for the opportunity to share about this important work.
All right, guys. Make sure you find out more information about Early Learning Indiana and the tools that they provide for you on their website and social media.